Are you having difficulty sleeping these days? Are you finding it difficult perhaps to fall asleep, or maybe you're waking up every 2 hours, or at 3 a.m., at 4 a.m., at 5 a.m. every night, and then find it difficult to get back to sleep? Or maybe you're having upsetting, intense, emotional dreams. And then in the morning, you find it difficult to concentrate or function properly. My name is Elisa Di Napoli, and I'm a holistic clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, coach, and author. And today I want to talk about why this is happening, and I want to give you 5 easy tips that can improve your sleep, as well as give you a free hypnotic recording that will help you sleep better from tonight. Now, why is this happening? Well, the current pandemic has certainly changed the way we live, and it has changed our routines, our everyday life. And this has impacted, for sure, the quality of our sleep. On top of that, anxiety from the coronavirus is affecting pretty much everything. And it is disturbing our sleeping patterns. Anxiety is well known for being definitely an obstacle and making sleep even more elusive. Stress affects our sleeping patterns. It makes our body more alert, more awake. We may be keeping on thinking about the same things over and over and over again as we are trying to fall asleep. And it's no wonder that with all of these going on, our sleep is being affected. And with lockdown continuing on for who knows how long, well, it's important to learn ways to improve our sleeping from today. Now, the first essential ingredient in having a good night's sleep is to have a good sleeping strategy. And if you like, think about this like a recipe. If you want to bake a cake, you need the right ingredients, and you need to cook them at the right time in the right order. So the first port of call is to have a good recipe for sleep. And this should include some essential sleep stratagems that can help you sleep well, as well as limit the negative effects of poor sleep should you have a bad night's sleep. So here's 5 ways in which you can have calmer, better sleep. Now, the first one is to limit news intake and avoid your mobiles, your computers, your tablets for at least 1 hour before bed. In fact, I would suggest to do something to boost your mood and switch off your overactive, overthinking, over-worrying brain before bed. Maybe you could be reading a humorous book or an uplifting podcast. Even a boring manual can be a good thing because it will tire your brain and help you sleep. Try to really avoid screens, or if you cannot avoid screens, maybe use apps like Flux, or maybe use glasses like this, which are anti-glare glasses. And I would say, though, really try to avoid watching upsetting movies before going to sleep. Unless horror is your thing, maybe not such a good idea at the moment. Number 2, have structure to your day. Now, our brains love structure. So, waking up at the same time, exercising at the same time, sleeping at the same time or similar times each day helps your subconscious know when it's time to rest and when it's time to wake up. I would also suggest to make sure, if you can, of course, to go out of the house for at least an hour a day, go for a walk. The sun helps with the circadian rhythms and with vitamin D intake. However, make sure you do not exercise after sundown, as that can sometimes cause problems with melatonin levels. Third tip: stop trying to fall asleep. This is because of the law of reverse effect. The harder you try to sleep, the more you will interfere with the natural process of allowing sleep to come to you. So, sleep is not something you do, it is something that comes to you. It's an automatic process. So, possibly a good metaphor could be to imagine sleep as a welcome guest that you are making very, very welcome and comfortable. Even if you wake up in the middle of the night, try not to panic. Do not panic. When you panic, you wake up. You are allowing your sympathetic nervous system to switch on, and that's the opposite of the parasympathetic, which is the one that allows you to go to sleep. So you're making it impossible for yourself to go back to sleep. So one of the things I suggest is to focus on rest rather than sleep. Focus on rest and focus on your breathing. For example, you could be saying to yourself inwardly, in as you breathe in and out as you breathe out, or even better perhaps, a word such as calm as you breathe in and release as you breathe out. Really imagining that happening. And tell yourself that even in the unfortunate case that you can't sleep, it's okay. You can cope, you can survive. This stops catastrophization, which in itself causes the problem of not being able to sleep because you get into an anxious mode. If you like, think about the times when you went to parties and you loved the party so much you stayed up at night, all night long. Well, you were okay the day after because you had fun. So, lack of sleep is in some ways also about framing it in the right way. If you think of it as a disaster, it will be a disaster. If you think of it as an inconvenience, it will be just an inconvenience. Your body can cope. Fourth tip. Learn to relax. What does that mean? Well, when you relax, you switch off the stress response. You switch on the parasympathetic nervous system rather than the sympathetic, like I said before. And so you need to find something that actually works for you. For me, what works is reading. But for other people, it might be mindfulness meditation, or a hot bath, or self-hypnosis, or progressive muscle relaxation, or maybe gentle movement, yoga. You decide. Fifth tip, if you can't sleep at all, get out of bed. So your bed should not be your battleground and shouldn't be associated with insomnia. If you can't sleep for more than an hour, get out of bed. However, be careful not to switch on bright lights, play with your phone, watch videos, or snack, or do anything that is going to be stimulating. You don't want to reward your subconscious for keeping you awake. Instead, a good thing to do would be to do something really boring, like folding laundry, or reading a really boring book, or sorting out the accounting, unless, of course, you love accounting. Now, if you want a quick and easy way that can really help you fall back asleep or even fall asleep in the first place, hypnosis can certainly help you. It can help many different forms of insomnia, And if you're not sleeping well, and traditional treatments such as pills or sleeping tea doesn't seem to help very much, well, hypnosis can actually be just what you're looking for. Hypnosis uses different approaches to induce relaxation, such as focused attention, symptom control, guided imagery. And unlike sleep medication, it has no side effects. And it can be a very, very good solution for those that actually cannot or don't want to take sleeping pills or may not want to become addicted to them. It can help overcome bedtime restlessness as well. Is the worry, is the tension, is the anxiety that prevents sleep in the first place. So it can show you the way to a nice, deep, restorative sleep. So to get started, you can download this complimentary hypnosis recording and take the first steps on the road to better sleep. So here is the link to download it. Here it is. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know how you go, and see you next week, 1 p.m., either Tuesday or Wednesdays, for my Facebook Lives. Just click follow to get notified, and see you next week.